Well, I don't know where my co-hosts are. But hello, welcome. Oh, we're excited for today? 60 seconds after Sue lost. Ah, there's Mars.
Ah, I'm glad Dylan's not here yet. I feel
Yeah.
better.
Y'all both are late. Late.
You want to know how tired I am? I threw my tea bag in the garbage and put the packet in the water.
Nice.
The
Amazing.
wires
Amazing
got so
display.
crossed.
Oh my goodness. Turn up.
The wires got so beyond crossed.
Turn your headphones down a tad.
Oh, gotcha. Let me see.
Beautiful.
Well,
Hello.
John, if you didn't not just hear, I put a tea packet in my water and threw the tea bag out in the garbage.
Yes.
So that is how my night is going.
But welcome,
Hello,
Estrock and
Pastry.
Pluto and
Hello,
Mason
Mason.
and Pastry.
Pluto, Estrock. Oh, MP, hello.
MP, Penguin,
Penguin.
John. Welcome.
Yes. Ori, is that better? Can you hear the headphones anymore?
Can I hear the headphones anymore? No, I cannot. Beautiful.
Willow, howdy to you
Hello,
too.
Willow.
Welcome.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
God.
grab my drink.
Yes, I have my water. I think dog should be good, knock on wood. Hopefully. I don't know where Dylan is. Ooh, people are doing Mermaid in another art server I'm a part of. Very cool. Yes, stream.
Ooh, a crab persona? Very cool, Mason. Hello, Gavin. Welcome.
Hello,
I am
Gab.
eating some chocolate because clearly I'm going to need energy for tonight.
Okay.
Clearly the brain stuff just is not happening yet, and I gotta be on my game. We got mystery to solve, gang.
We do got a mystery solved. Do you guys think that we could have a chance of solving this mystery in 6 weeks? That includes this as week 1. Because that's how many weeks we have before Dylan gets banished to the Shadow Realm on a 3-weekly interval. On a tri-weekly interval. Does that work that way? Does that work like bi-weekly, where it's like every other week or every both weeks?
Ooh,
Hello, Dylan.
History
Silently
has faith
slipping
in us.
Okay.
Hello.
A busty
Welcome,
crustacean
Dylan.
and not a crusty bus station. Yes, indeed.
Wait, no Musty Crust Station?
No, a crusty bus station.
That's much more sad.
Not a busty crustacean. Indeed. Alrighty. I think we're all
Sorry,
here
Dylan.
except one key player.
Yes, get him
Hey,
in here.
guys.
You're not the player that we're missing, Dylan.
Is it Craig?
It's Craig.
Yes.
Now recording.
Everybody loves Craig. Everybody loves
We do
Craigman.
like Craig in this house.
All right. Beautiful. In the final run of the case, you don't think we'll finish today, but maybe soon. Within that
Ooh,
6-week
okay.
interval would be neat. That's all I'll say. Because that's when Dylan
It
starts
would
getting
be.
banished to the Shadow Realm again. But, alright. Let's,
Hello, Penguin.
we all know our little last time on Ace Tooney, thanks to Pastry Puff. And because of that, we
Yes.
know that we have been requested by Penguin and confirmed by Estrock to press the first statement of this testimony, which is right here. But I think
Alright.
you have to read it first,
Amazing.
Mars. This is the reading portion first.
A new
crap.
Dylan character. At this point, we're dying for it.
Hang on, I'm
Here?
still
I mean
chewing
me.
chocolate.
In
I'm dying
this
for it.
case, wild.
Damn, we haven't even met all the key players yet? Wild.
How did we get on knee highs? I
I
don't
think
know.
someone said if they were a VTuber, they were gonna ask everybody what socks they were wearing.
Oh.
That was the last thing I saw. If I'm wrong, please correct me.
No, that is it.
Okay.
Wait.
Bound
Do we
voice.
want cursed Ori lore?
Do we?
Always.
Okay, it's related to socks.
Yeah.
All right. For at this point in time, the majority of my life, I couldn't stand the seam in socks, and I still don't like it, but I've gotten much more tolerable of certain specific socks I can deal. But thus, for the vast majority of my life, we're talking like into college age, I would only wear toe socks. The socks that had the individual like bit for your each toe. I love that shit. The toe sock, I love that stuff. They're great. And it used to be, when I got them, they were like a big deal. Like, they were easy to find. But obviously, like, as the trend wore off, it was like, you know, they like were harder and harder to find. And there's this one store, because they don't have a seam, MP. They didn't have a seam. Because the way they're knit, they didn't have a seam. So you couldn't feel any seam. And I would rather be barefoot, and so a toe sock is just, you know, barely not barefoot. Yeah, feet gloves, exactly. And
there you go,
there's a store in the mall.
Sorry, MP, there's your why.
Called Mismatched, where they sold everything in a pair of 3, and they were all the same but different. So I had these 2 sets of toe socks that were, one was a set of 3 where they were all black and white striped, but the thickness of the stripes were different for each of them. And the other pair was they were all colored stripes, but one was like purples, one was pinks, and one was greens. And those were my first like knee-high socks I ever had. They weren't thigh-high, but they were knee-high.
That is wild.
Yeah. So again, the majority of my life, toe socks only for Ori. All right.
Didn't you used to wear regular socks inside out too?
Yes, I would wear regular socks inside out, because then you couldn't feel the seam. And when I wore tights, I had to pull the toe of the tight out so I could fold it under my foot. Because if it was underneath my toes, that was better for some reason.
Oh God.
Yep.
You are learning so much about Ori tonight
He
that
knew
you did
this.
not know
He
before.
knew this. He just repressed it, I guess.
Dylan, can you confirm? Did you know this?
I did. I didn't
Yeah.
know the toe sock one though.
What?
Oh, okay.
I was dating you while I was wearing toe socks.
I know. I thought you just had those. Didn't think that you were like specifically getting them because of the
yeah,
seams.
I was specifically getting, but because I was like a bitch as a child. I was like, I fought wearing
Only
socks.
as a child?
Yeah, like yeah, I'm talking really young. You're gonna be an ass about it. And so my mother was like, try to do whatever to get me to, and she's like, you know what? It might have actually been my dad. Was like, look, try these toe socks, Ori, and I was like, yes, this is acceptable. I will.
Ori's like, this is the life I want to live.
Yeah. But then some point in college, I was like, I can manage now for some reason. I don't know. But let us begin. That's
just
your
happened one day.
Laura Kami for the evening, because we brought off socks.
There you go, everyone. All right, and here we go. The
Why,
police were
Estra?
all
You
right
don't need
here
that
when they
many socks.
disappeared. How could I have done it without them noticing?
If you do it, do the one that Hank Green endorses. That's the one to do. Buy the socks from the good. I think it's called the Good Store. I think that's literally what it's called. Buy those socks. Support really, really good charity work. It's like 100% of profit
Yes.
goes to, like charities and stuff. That's the one you're thinking of. Do it, Estruck. We love Hank Green here. All right.
That we do, that we do.
How indeed. I don't yet know exactly how you did it. But I'm far from ready to say that it was impossible for you to have stolen them away.
No, Mason.
You're a very persistent man, aren't you, Mr. Edgeworth?
I am indeed. But I won't stop until I get to the truth.
I see. Then I'd better tell you exactly what I did that day 18 years ago. Via flashback.
No, she's just gonna testify.
Be a testimony.
Testify!
Sad.
Whoa.
The whole time before dudging, nope.
Dungeon. Before
The whole-
Dungeon and Jadgen drink.
How the
Before the
Canadians
dungeon
pronounce
and
their
the
Yeah.
drinks.
No, it's just dichotomy. Don't lump all Canadians into whatever the hell he does. I told Dylan about the whole thing, Mars.
Yes, it's very specialized what dichotomy does.
Yeah. He asked if it was a Canadian thing or a psychopath thing, so it's not a Canadian thing, we
Only
said.
dichotomy could answer.
Yes,
The
Face
whole
Street.
time before judging began, I was waiting upstairs in our living area on standby.
Thank God we have touch mute mics, guys. Dylan just blew his nose really loud.
Ooh, how those allergies treating you, Dylan?
Not well.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
He
That was
pet a
me,
dog
like,
and then he
couple
didn't
days
wash his
ago.
hands immediately.
Oh, condolences.
It's fine.
She was all over you.
Bitches, am I right?
During the judging, I had to go change the camera's film cartridge for Samson. But before I could take the camera back to Samson, I discovered Mr. Frost's body. Later, around when your father arrived, I began to make the rounds and serve tea to everybody present. I am a good hostess after all.
With the mostest.
I don't know, of course it helps
And
the
that
figure.
was when I saw Mr. Cousteau entering Mr. Frost's room. And those were my movements on the day it all happened.
On the day of that day.
I hardly see how you could take issue with any of that.
I'm gonna have to.
That's for us to decide, Miss Bound.
That's for me to know and me to find out.
We up there prosecuting our Gambit, Zilla.
Our Gambits
When does
be
the mind
prosecuted.
chess come in? I miss mind chess.
Yeah, honestly, there's very little mind chess in this game, all things considered. I feel like the Magatama was more of a thing when we first got the Magatama than mind chess
The
has
Magatama
been.
was in every single case.
I think we did
I
one
feel like
mind chess here.
does not happen very often.
Oh, too bad it's not inherited. If Greg did mind chess, that would have been cool.
That would have been excellent. Oh, I'd be here for that.
Yes.
Are you saying there's a contradiction in her story, Mr. Edgeworth?
Kay sounds so good with your new mic. It's beautiful.
I'm more focused on proving the fact that she did indeed steal those statues. The question is, when she would have had the opportunity to do so?
That's wrong. When would she have had?
I was
They
very
s-
careful to
they
read it the way it
switched
was
those.
written.
Would have had.
When she would have had the opportunity.
It still works. It still
It
works.
does.
Okay, I
When
guess you're
she
right.
would have had the opportunity.
But it definitely flows better to say the question is when would
but it
she have
does
had
not
the
flow.
opportunity to do so? Is
When
it
would
wrong?
she have had the opportunity?
No. Is it good? Also no.
No.
If I could pinpoint that, I might be able to prove what exactly she got up to.
Ah, so you have statistical data, Willow. Very nice. Yeah, it feels like, especially in this case, there's like no mind chess. We did it a couple times in the one before it, and we definitely did it in the one before that.
Didn't we do mind chess against Larry?
Yeah, that's it. That's all we've done in this entire case.
Very sad.
It should have been 2 per case this far. I only remember doing a Larry mind chess right now. And how
Maybe
many
we haven't gotten to the
Magatamas?
second one yet.
Yeah. All right, we were asked to press this statement. We are fulfilling the request.
And what were you doing while you were waiting?
I I was in my room practicing some dance routines.
Kay is gonna want to see it.
Gotta stay up on my game, you know? I was on a TV show called Bacon Bop with Samson, you see.
This is skill, I will say. Like, holding the cake still and all that. Like, that's crazy.
Bacon Bop? What kind of show was it?
Uh-oh. Are we gonna have issues? Where'd her cleavage go? This is just a
She's too
a
young for
mono
you to
boob.
ask that question.
This is a mono
Okay,
boob,
I got
though.
really nervous when you said we're gonna have issues.
Do not ask about the underage cleavage, Ori.
It's more an anatomical question.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
I mean, I will say those collarbones are incredibly pronounced.
Yeah. Okay,
Like, that is
it
almost
was
a
not.
lie.
It was not meant to be a
We are
weird thing.
canceling
It was
Ori.
meant to be like this anatomy is like looking a little
Well,
weird.
you're ahead.
Oh my god.
Well, you're behind, actually.
Wow.
Anatomy is sus, must call into question.
She's a woman. They don't
What?
body the way you expect.
Okay, sure. Read your line.
It was a children's show. The two of them would sing and dance as they made a variety of sweets.
Whoa, that sounds awesome!
She's gonna want a demonstration, I know her.
Hold the phone, hold the phone! Miles, you used to watch it?
My father introduced me to it. I may have watched an episode or two.
Or all of them.
So,
Okay, I don't know why Eddie just backing out of frame
Whoa!
was hilarious.
Whoa!
It's just like, it was like he was grabbed with like one of those dancing canes and pulled off stage.
do you mean a shepherd's crook?
Yes, probably. Just pretend that's what I said.
One of those dancing canes.
You
Why
know
is-
what I meant.
Those
You were able
stage
to
hooks.
figure out what
Why
I
is Jesus
meant.
drawn with a dancing cane?
Is it not a
'Cause-
cane that you dance with?
That's because Jesus got jiggy with it, son.
Rude.
Everybody do the flock.
Okay.
Miss Brown passed the time before the judging began by practicing her dance routines.
Estrock, there's an anime. It's obviously based off a manga. It's called The Case Files of Jeweler Richard. And Jeweler Richard, he goes out and he takes like the other guy to like a fancy restaurant, and he just orders this really massive parfait. And all I can ever think is that's Edgeworth. That's Edgeworth right there with this massive, like really pretty, parfait with like berries and whipped cream and all this stuff. That's Edgeworth. 100%.
The problem is we know he's not a sweets guy.
Yeah, but if you use Greek yogurt, it doesn't have to be sweet. I don't know if I'd call berries like sweets,
Depends
Was
if you
this
get
the
lucky
moment
with
when
your
Miss
batch of
Brown
berries.
stole the sculptures?
I don't think so. I don't think it was the moment.
I don't think
Nope.
so. I'm leaning
It
toward
was
no.
not.
Okay.
That can't have been the moment she did it. I better listen carefully to what she says.
Okay. So the goal is to try and find... She had to change the camera's film carton for Sanders, but before she could take the camera back to Sanders, she discovered his body. Then he arrived, began to make the rounds, and served tea to everybody present. That's when she did it, because it was with the cart. Remember? We know she did it with
Yeah.
the cart. So that's when she did it.
All right, let's give it a try.
I was gonna ask Dylan, but he's occupied right now.
Just as you did today?
This is going to confirm that she used the cart.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. I went around and offered everybody working on the investigation a cup of tea. Present company included. I remember it well. You were here, there, upstairs, downstairs, everywhere with that little cart of yours.
Oh, we're just sealing the deal here.
Interesting. And did anything strike you as strange around that time?
Oh yeah! Gregory was singing the praises of Judy's tea like a little songbird. And what else? What else? I think he mentioned his saucer was gold.
Yes, because it was sitting on the ice block on top of the thing. This was it. This was
That
it.
would do it.
Cold?
Oh my god, we did it.
The ice block was under. Yeah,
was
this
the
was the
moment.
moment.
This was the moment.
This was hella the
This
moment.
was hella the
Miss
moment.
Bound, I believe this was when you stole the sculptures.
Ooh.
I hate to contradict you, but the fountain room was full of witnesses at that point, Mr. Fender included. Are you suggesting that I somehow got the sculptures out of Mr. Frost's room right under everyone's noses?
Right under their
Who would do
saucers.
such a thing? It's ludicrous.
That is precisely what I'm suggesting.
Woo, 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 woo.
Miss Bound iced those sculptures, and she did it by hiding them here.
Right
Tea
here.
cart.
Present.
Nice.
Look at him. Oh, look at his face.
My father and Fender had no idea that one of the sculptures was mere inches away from them.
He looks really good in this. Look at him.
When doesn't Edgeworth look good?
Well, I will
Come
agree.
on.
I was watching Paula Piroff's stream, and she's like, Edgeworth in the first game is kind of ugly. And I'm like, yeah, I could see his, like, normal sprites are a little
wasn't
wonky. Now he's
perfected.
like... And of course, all the splash art is really good. But, like, in the court sprites, I could see how he was a little... in
I
cartoon.
mean, he's been given time to marinate.
Yeah, exactly.
They let him
He's
bake for a
aged
little
like a fine wine.
Exactly.
Because
That's-
it wasn't just a tea set you were pushing around, Miss Bound. But a hidden ice sculpture in a glass case.
I will cut him some slack.
Mason, speaking of the word edge, so there's this product. It's
Oh.
ironically called Skin to Mitt,
Yes.
but
It's
regardless,
shaving cream.
it's made by a company called Edgewell, and their logo,
Oh,
when you're not wearing
No,
glasses,
when you're
looks
when
awfully
you're
phallic,
when you're just
especially without glasses.
putting
Mars